Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 5 things that you need to schedule in order to be a successful business owner. And I promise you, I am one of the best guinea pigs that I have ever had, okay? So let's share a transparent moment. So over the last few days, I was sitting here thinking, wow, things just kind of seem to be a little helter-skelter. And usually when I'm feeling that like the walls are closing in type of thing, it's time for me to, kind of step back and look at things and look how my business is running and also look at how I am running. Now, I'm coming off of a busy season. We had tax season. From tax season, we went to softball season and, also, swim meet. So we got just a lot of stuff going on. And that is what happens in the life of a home business owner. Especially if you are the primary caretaker in your home. If you are the chief planner, you're the chief caretaker, you're the chief of transportation and all of that stuff, it all can just kind of come, like really coming in on you. So, one of the things that I learned along the way is that overwhelm is a sign that you need a plan. So that is one of the biggest takeaways I've ever had in my business. So if you're feeling like, this is just too much, that means that you need a plan. And that's when you need to take a step back. But part of that planning, I want to talk about, 5 things that you really need to schedule in your business in order for you to be a successful business owner, meaning that you've got to survive if your business is going to survive. Okay. So number 1 is work time. Now, one thing about us as entrepreneurs, we will work. We will work 100 hours a week just so that we don't have to go get a 40-hour-a-week job. While that is great, we also have to schedule the time that we stop working. So yeah, you plan your work, but you also got to plan the time to stop working. All right. And then when you plan that time to work, that is focused time for you to work and get it done and not do all these other things. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2 is playtime. Okay. And I mean actual playtime, whether you're taking a day trip or if you're going on vacation. And when I say vacation, I mean actual vacation. I know there's all these people on here telling you to write off all of your vacations, but listen to me. I'm going to tell you, take a vacation just to take a vacation, because in order for you to be able to write off any part of your vacation, that means that you have to work. And I'm telling you that you need to have periods in your life where you are not focused on work. You are really just focused on having some fun, backing away, whether it's enjoying your family, doing your favorite hobby, whatever that is, because playtime that actually takes you away from work, that really sparks your creativity. That gives your brain time to rest and you get to focus on something else. It takes away the stress because see, you can't produce in a stressed environment. I don't care how good you are. All right. So you have to really take time to have some playtime, to take time away from the work so that you can spark the creativity in your brain. So your creativity resides up here in your frontal lobe. Okay. But when you're stressed, your body is in fight or flight mode, and your brain, the blood leaves all of your thinking and reasoning and creativity, and it goes to your large muscle groups so that you stay tense and all of that. And there's no room for you to be creative because your body is saying, I'm trying to keep something from killing me. That's what the fight or flight response is that thing in your brain that says, hey, you need to prepare to run or fight for your life. So that's why you have to schedule your playtime. Go and have a great time. Go on vacation, go to the beach, leave the laptop, leave the cell phone as long as all the important people are with you, right? Like I know mamas, we ain't turning off no cell phones when our babies are not with us, at least not me. Okay. So, but when you've got all the important people with you, leave your cell phone, leave all the technology and just go have fun. That's number 2. Number 3, schedule your sleep. Let me hip you to something. Team no sleep is for suckers. Okay? I know I hear people, oh, sleep is for suckers, all this. Listen to me. You have to schedule rest time. Will there be seasons that you are, all gas, no breaks, short on sleep, all of that? Yes, it is a season. Seasons pass. But you also have to schedule time for you to get to sleep. My whole Facebook squad, this is why I love y'all, because y'all know at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Lysandra is generally knocked out unless my presence is specifically requested somewhere, okay? But I schedule my sleep. But I'm also an early riser, right? So you schedule your sleep for however it works for you, but you make sure that you get plenty of sleep. Because if you don't sleep, then I saw this study a long time ago that says basically tired driving is worse than drunk driving or just as bad as drunk driving. So you have to schedule adequate amounts of rest in order for you to keep up. Because if all you're doing is all gas, no brakes all the time, all of your body is going to shut down. So you got to go to sleep, okay? I remember when I was back in my 20s, when I could go to the club and then work a double shift at work and then go to the club and I didn't have no sleep. That is what, I don't know how in the world I did that, and I don't know how I'm not dead because of it. But get some sleep in there. A lot of times we call ourselves catching up on sleep on the weekends, but the truth is there's no really catching up on sleep. Once it's lost, it's lost. But if you schedule that to say, hey, I'm going to go to sleep at this time, and then you set your time to wake up. Yes, I still use an alarm clock. Like most entrepreneurs, I don't use an alarm clock. Okay, well, go get your no alarm clock life on, right? I need an alarm clock. So I know when I'm going to sleep and I know when I want to wake up because of the things that I want to do, okay? Number 4, planning time. Schedule planning time in your calendar. And especially for home business owners, planning is so key for us that if you don't plan, your whole life becomes a mess. And see, I can tell you right now, because my whole life is a hot mess right now, I need to go back and get back into planning. I can tell when I have lacked in planning. What do I plan? I plan my time. All the things that I'm telling you, when I work, when I play, when I sleep, I plan what's for dinner. I try to plan outfits. I try to plan as much as possible so that when I'm in the thick of things, I don't have to stop and make those extra decisions. Okay? Because we make enough decisions. We make thousands of decisions in a day. We just don't know it. And we suffer from this thing called decision fatigue that, in the morning, your decisions might be on point, but in the afternoon, because you've been thinking and making so many decisions during the day, that in the afternoon, you're just done. You're just spent. So if you take the time to make certain decisions during your planning time, then that decision is already made and you don't have to spend any more of your time thinking about it later on. So whether that's planning stuff in your business, planning your life, all of that, schedule planning time in your schedule so you spend your time focused just on that. Planning time. And that way you wind up missing fewer things. Like, we drop the ball on stuff. If you spend your time planning your time appropriately, then you are less likely to drop the ball on things. Okay. And especially if you've got kids that are in multiple activities, if you got one going to gymnastics, one going to swim, one going, all that going and stuff, you have to make sure that it can get done. Because sometimes there needs to be some compromises on the family to say, hey, no, you can't make it to gymnastics on this day because we need to do X, Y, Z. This is how you have your family involved in your planning and everybody is in on the decision making. And once the decision is made, it's made. But this is what the planning time is for you so that you have, a pictorial representation of your week. You plan it in your calendar. And then you might look at that calendar and realize, we doing too much. And you might need to start saying some no to things. And, even though did not plan to talk about this, listen, when people are coming to you, asking you to do stuff, your first response should be no. And the reason is what we tend to do is we tend to say yes first and then try to figure out how we're going to get it done, when you really should start with no, because you may have no idea what type of available time that you have to do something else. So it's easier to turn a no into a yes, I can do that, versus turning a yes into a no, I can't. So I always caution people, start with no. And then you look at your calendar. If it's something that you actually want to do, look in your calendar to see if you have available time. If you don't have available time, then the answer is still no. But if you're trying to go, stretch 24 hours into 28 hours, that's not good. That's not good business. That's not good management. That's not going to help you as a business owner live an orderly life. Okay. And then number 5, schedule time to think. That's it. Just to think. Did you know that thinking is actually pretty darn hard work? It really is. And so, and really, do you know you make more money from what you know than what you do? Right? So it is so important for us to schedule time to think. Think about your business. Think about where you want to go in your business. Just think. Because we get so busy doing all of the other stuff, the working and running and we get so busy doing that we don't take time to think. And then we're wondering, why are things failing? Because you have not taken the time to just sit and think. To turn off everything, to get off of Facebook, to get off of YouTube, to get off of all of this stuff and just sit there and think, because we ask so much. You may speak to God, you may speak to the universe, however you process that for you. We do all of this asking. This is what we want. I know for sure this is what I want. These are my goals and all of that. But you never sit down long enough, sit still long enough to wait for the response, to get those divine downloads that lead you into the next part of your business. And that's exactly what they are. Ideas are divine downloads. When you're standing in the shower and go, boom. That's that divine download. Pharrell said one of the most, eye-opening things for me that I thought it was just very enlightening. He was saying that when he wrote the song Happy, he was tapped completely out. He had absolutely nothing. And he stood in the shower. He wrote Happy in the shower. And he was saying it was because all of your senses at that point are deprived. It's just you and the water. And that's where his song came from. And it was a phenomenon, right? And so that's what we have to do. We have to schedule that time in seclusion in order to get rid of all of the outside noise and provide an avenue for divine downloads to come to us that's going to help take us forward. It could be a problem in your business that you're dealing with. It could be a family issue that you're dealing with. Whatever it is, you've got to schedule time so that you have complete silence in order for you to receive that download. You're not going to get it in the noise. Have you noticed that? I have never seen anyone get a good idea in noise. It's always in silence, where you are off doing something else and you're in seclusion, and then boom, you get the best idea ever. That's why it's best I always keep a pen and notepad in my purse. Something like that. Because when you get those divine downloads, write them down. You act like you are going to remember. Listen, we got so much stuff going on. Mary Kay Ash said a short pencil is better than a long memory. Okay, so when you get those divine downloads, write them down so that you can then act on them later. But these are the things that will make you successful as a business owner. And if you, the person, are a successful business owner, then you will then grow a successful business. But it starts with you. You have to take care of you in all of these different ways in order for you to then cast your vision and execute to make your vision become a reality. But if you never get any sleep, if you're just doing all the time and never really taking the time to step back and just be and grow and think and, just all of those things, you'll die, literally die. You absolutely will die, because all of that tension and stress on your body, it will actually kill you. Because when you are in that moment if you stay in a state of stress, what stress does, it increases your heart rate, it increases your blood pressure, it reduces your ability to think. Y'all, you know how you watch the scary movies and you're sitting here thinking, why are you just standing there screaming? Why aren't you running? It's because in reality, all of your thinking and reasoning goes out the window, because only thing you're thinking about is, I'm going to die. So that really is a response. But if your body stays in that I'm going to die state, you will die. You will kill yourself from those physiological responses. So listen, schedule these things, y'all. Like, for real. Don't skip out on any of this stuff, because the more that you put these things into your calendar, the more productive the work part is going to be. You will start to figure out, hey, what is the most important thing for me to do right now to move my business forward, instead of getting caught up in busy work. Because we'll stay busy, but we won't stay productive. But if you plan well, and if you plan all these other things, the thinking, the sleeping and playing and working, if you plan those things well, then you're going to be productive. Okay? So hope that gives you something to chew on. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.